A Man on the Inside is a new Netflix series created by Michael Schur. Is this another accomplishment from him, or does it fail to live up to the hype? Hey everybody, my name is Justin. Here I try to watch movies and shows on streaming services and in theaters all the time. A retired professor gets a new lease on life when a private investigator hires him to go undercover inside a San Francisco retirement home. I'm a big fan of Michael Schur. He has created some of my all-time favorite comedy shows, The Office, him working on Parks and Rec. I absolutely love those shows. I had a lot of excitement going into A Man on the Inside, which stars Ted Danson as this retired professor who sees an ad for going undercover at a retirement home to try to find some stolen jewelry. There, Ted Danson, he befriends a lot of the people at this retirement home. Doesn't quite know how to go undercover, but there's a lot of comedy that Michael Schur is understanding and have it on a human level to where you really like this character played by Ted Danson and seeing how he's able to navigate going undercover while also developing some genuine relationships. And what Michael Schur does so well within this series is that he's establishing the comedy really early on in this 8-episode series. You see the witty dialogue, the development for the characters really early on. And when you get on board with the story, that is where a lot of the emotion comes into play. I did not expect myself to be fully invested, emotionally invested in this series, as I thought it was really funny early on. But when we see that this character played by Ted Danson starts to grapple with the fact that he is in this retirement home and he himself is older, he has a lot of anxiety and fear around being in this retirement home after his wife had just died a couple years prior. There's a lot of emotion that is being brought up while being at this retirement home. The series deals a lot with accepting death and facing your fears and anxiety all around getting older. And while having that comedy still into play, you have a lot of dramatic moments and well-earned emotions in here as we see Charles grapple with everything in here. He comes off really easygoing and confident, but behind scenes, as he is recording his daily logs and trying to get new information about this stolen jewelry, hear that anxiety within his voice as he starts to question just being at this retirement home and where he is at in his life. So there's that emotion to it, which I fully did not expect to come into play. And it's so great because I like the character early on. The comedy's fun. He's stumbling quite often, getting drunk early on in the show, just trying to develop these friendships. And then that emotion comes into play and it hits hard. I thought a lot of it felt very personal to Ted Danson and Michael Schur. There was this human level to it. None of it felt fake. And this is actually based on The Mole Agent, a 2021 Oscar nominee for Best Documentary Feature, which I have not seen, and I'm very curious to now check it out after watching this series. And A Man on the Inside is supported by a great cast. This investigator, Julie, played by Lilah Richcreek Estrada. We also have Mary Elizabeth Ellis playing Charles' daughter, Emily. You also have Stephanie Beatriz in here, who works at this retirement home. There's some surprise cameos along the way, but the cast is great in here, understanding what it takes to work at a retirement home and all the emotions that surround that. Real quick, if you are interested in watching A Man on the Inside, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you actually have seen the show and your thoughts on it overall. If you'd like to see more exclusive content from me, more exclusive ranking videos, movie reviews, things like that, consider joining my channel as a member, and there you can unlock exclusive content. While I did think A Man on the Inside is a fabulous comedic show, there are some moments at the end in regards to some other people that live at this retirement home and storylines that they want to flesh out at the end of the show. It didn't have that great of a build-up, and you feel like there was all that emotion to it, and you see these genuine connections that we're building throughout, but some of it just felt like it was very quick and didn't have that time to be developed throughout the middle half of the show. If there was certain storylines involving Charles and some other citizens that live there, or what some of these older people are going through, some of that development feels few and far between. But I did like a lot of that genuine relationships, that very personal aspect to it with Charles and the people that live at this retirement home in San Francisco. I still thought it was great. I laughed a lot. I felt all the emotions. Ted Danson is great as Charles. I loved all the minor characters in here. This was a fresh series and one that I just was attached to very early on. It was a comfort show. I enjoyed watching this series. I'm gonna go ahead and give A Man on the Inside an A-. Thank you guys for checking my review for A Man on the Inside. Have you guys seen the new Netflix series? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.